Download this code from codegive.com, link in the description below. OK, let's delve into scaling a floor plan in SketchUp for web, focusing on techniques applicable for interactive web experiences. This tutorial will be comprehensive, covering SketchUp modeling practices, export considerations, and basic JavaScript/3.js implementation to illustrate how you might scale and manipulate the floor plan dynamically on a web page. SketchUp modeling best practices for web deployment. Before we even think about code, let's ensure your SketchUp model is primed for web use. Units consistency is key. Start by setting your units correctly before you start drawing. Go to Window Model Info Units. Choose either architectural, feet and inches, or decimal, meters or millimeters, based on your intended scale and target audience. Crucially, decide on the smallest unit you'll need to represent accurately. Example, if you need to show 1/4 inch increments, choose architectural with appropriate precision. Using the right units ensures your dimensions translate accurately to the web. Draw to real-world scale. Don't fudge dimensions. Draw the floor plan at its actual size. This makes calculations and subsequent scaling in JavaScript much easier and more predictable. If the floor plan is 30 feet wide, draw it 30 feet wide in SketchUp. Componentize, group, and layer components. Use components for repeating elements, doors, windows, furniture. Modifying one instance of a component automatically updates all others, saving time and ensuring consistency. Groups. Group related elements together, example, all the components making up a single wall. This simplifies selection and manipulation. Layers, tags. In newer SketchUp versions use layers, or tags, to organize your model. For example, put all walls on a walls layer, furniture on a furniture layer, etc. This allows you to control the visibility of elements in SketchUp and potentially in your web application. Keep it lean. Web performance matters. Excessive geometry will slow down rendering. Minimize polygons. Use the simplest shapes possible. Avoid unnecessary curves or complex details that won't be visible or important in the web view. Purge unused data. Go to Window Model Info Statistics and click Purge Unused to remove unused components, materials, and layers. Texture optimization. Use textures sparingly, and optimize their size and resolution. Large textures consume bandwidth and memory. Correct face orientation. SketchUp has front and back faces. Ensure that the front faces, usually white or lighter, are facing outwards. Inconsistent face orientation can cause rendering issues in some web viewers. You can fix this by right-clicking on a face and selecting Reverse Faces. Turn on Monochrome View in SketchUp, view Face Style Monochrome, to easily see face orientation. Clean geometry. Look for overlapping edges, small faces, and other imperfections that can arise during modeling. These can cause rendering problems. The Cleanup Superscript 3 extension can be very helpful for this, installable through the SketchUp extension warehouse. 2. Exporting from SketchUp for web use. SketchUp offers various export formats. For web use, the most common and generally recommended formats are *GLTF, .glb or .gltf. This is the preferred format for web deployment. It's specifically designed for efficient transmission and rendering of 3D scenes. GLB is a binary format, meaning all the model data, geometry, textures, materials, is packed into a single file, making it easier to manage. GLTF is a text-based format, JSON, that references external files for textures and other assets. GLB is generally preferred for its simplicity. *obj, .obj, a more traditional format, often accompanied by a .mtl file for material definitions and texture files. While OBJ is widely supported, it's less efficient than GLTF for web use. It typically results in larger files and slower loading times. *collada, .day, another older format. Not as well optimized for the web as GLTF. Export steps, using GLTF. 1. Install the SketchUp GLTF exporter. * If you don't already have it, install the SketchUp GLTF exporter extension from the SketchUp extension warehouse. 2. Select File, Export 3D Model, *. 3. Choose GLTF.glb, or GLTF.gltf, as the export type. 4. Click Options. To configure export settings ****. Texture settings ***. You can often reduce the quality of textures to make the file smaller. Experiment to find a good balance between visual quality and performance. Consider using optimized texture formats like JPEG or PNG. Make sure textures have appropriate resolution. Big texture files make your website heavy. Geometry settings ***. The exporter might have options to simplify geometry further, but be careful, as this can degrade the model's appearance. 3. Setting up a basic web environment, HTML, CSS, JavaScript. We'll use a simple HTML page with JavaScript and the three.js library to display and scale the floor plan. 4. JavaScript and three.js implementation. Now, let's add the JavaScript code to load, display, and scale the floor plan. Explanation ***. 1. Include libraries ***. The code includes the three.js library and the GLTF loader extension. Make sure you have these available, either by linking to a CDN or downloading and hosting them yourself. 2. Scene, camera, renderer * standard three.js setup. * scene, the container for all objects. * camera, defines the viewpoint. We're using a perspective camera for a more natural perspective. Adjust the FOV, field of view, aspect, near, and far values as needed. * renderer, renders the scene to a canvas element. 3. Lighting * add ambient and directional light so your model isn't completely dark. Adjust the colors and intensity to suit your scene. 4. GLTF loader ***. Loader.load, floorplan.glb, loads the floorplan.glb file, replace with your actual file name. The function, GLTF, is the callback function that executes after the model is loaded. The GLTF object contains the loaded scene. We add the floor plan to the scene.add, floor plan. 5. Centering ***. The code now centers the floor plan. It calculates the bounding box of the loaded model and moves the model so its center is at the origin, 0, 0, 0. This is often helpful for positioning and scaling. 6. Initial scale ** floorplan.scale.set, 1, 1, 1, set the default scale to 1, no scaling at all. 7. Camera position ** the camera position, camera.position.z equals 5, is crucial. Adjust these values to view the floor plan correctly. The z value controls the distance from the origin, where the floor plan is now centered. Camera.position.y controls the vertical position of the camera. 8. Animation loop ** the animate function is the rendering loop. It continuously calls renderer.render, scene, camera, to update the display. Request animation frame, ensures smooth animation. 9. Scale slider asterisk. Asterisk code adds an HTML slider to control the scale value. Asterisk event listener, on slider change event, code update the floor plan model scale. 10. Handle window resize asterisk. Asterisk code adds an event listener to handle window resize event. How to use asterisk. 1. Save asterisk. Save the HTML file, example index.html. 2. Place model asterisk. Put your exported floorplan.glb file in the same directory as the HTML file. 3. Open in browser asterisk. Open index.html in your web browser. 4. Adjust asterisk. You should see the floor plan. Adjust the camera position, camera.position.z, camera.position.y, and the lighting parameters in the JavaScript code to get the view you want. Use the slider to scale your floor plan. V. Advanced techniques and considerations. Asterisk user interaction asterisk. Asterisk orbit controls asterisk. Use 3.orbit controls, included in the 3.js examples, to allow the user to rotate, pan, and zoom around the floor plan. You'll need to include the orbit controls.js file and instantiate the control. Asterisk clickable objects asterisk. Use raycasting to detect when the user clicks on specific elements of the floor plan, example furniture, walls. You can then display information about the selected object. Asterisk loading progress asterisk. Use the onProgress callback in the GLTF loader to display a loading bar or message while the model is being loaded. Asterisk error handling asterisk. Provide informative error messages if the model fails to load. Asterisk optimization asterisk. Asterisk level of detail, LOD. For complex models, use LOD to display lower resolution versions of the model when the user is far away. This improves performance. Asterisk compression asterisk. Compress your GLB files using tools like cultpack to reduce their size. Asterisk caching asterisk. Use browser caching to store the model and textures locally so they don't need to be re-downloaded on subsequent visits. Asterisk units and scaling asterisk. Asterisk real-world units asterisk. As emphasized earlier, drawing in SketchUp using real-world units is paramount. This allows you to reason about scaling and measurements more easily. Asterisk floor plan annotations asterisk. Add interactive annotations to the floor plan to display room dimensions, furniture details, etc. Use HTML elements positioned over the 3D scene. Code example, adding orbit controls. Important considerations for scaling asterisk. Asterisk scale origin asterisk. The scale property scales an object relative to its origin, its local coordinate system's origin. If your floor plan is not centered at the origin, 0, 0, 0, scaling will also move the object. This is why centering the floor plan is often a good idea. Asterisk non-uniform scaling asterisk. You can scale an object differently along each axis using object.scale.set, x scale, y scale, z scale. Key takeaways asterisk. Asterisk model preparation in SketchUp is crucial. Units, organization, and geometry optimization significantly impact web performance. Asterisk GLTF is the preferred format for web delivery. Asterisk 3.js provides the tools to load, display, and manipulate 3D models in the browser. Asterisk scaling is straightforward using the scale property. Asterisk consider user interaction, loading progress, and optimization for a better user experience. This detailed guide provides a solid foundation for scaling floor plans in SketchUp for the web. Remember to experiment and adapt the techniques to your specific needs and project requirements. Good luck.